Mike Gallagher.
And, you know, I know this seems a little silly, but it's worth talking about. Did you see the Cory Booker Nazi salute over the weekend? I mean, it's unbelievable. He's at a podium, and he does exactly what Elon Musk did. And nobody in the mainstream media complained about it. In fact, if you're watching right now on Salem News Channel, and I hope you are, snc.tv, watch the show as you listen to us on your favorite radio station all over the country. And SNC, of course, is the antidote to the mainstream media. Ask me how many media accounts showed Cory Booker putting his right hand over his heart and then thrusting his arm like a Nazi salute. Look, I have to admit, the Nazi salute thing confuses me too. Elon did it. Heck, my pal Laura Ingraham did it at the RNC. Remember that? And they were screaming about her being a Nazi. And of course, Laura's they're not Nazis. What are you talking about? But I have to admit, I'm confused by the gesture. Because I've given a lot of speeches in my career. I've waved in a lot of crowds. I can't imagine putting my hand over my heart and then thrusting my arm out. I'd be a little nervous about that, especially now, after so much has been made about Elon Musk. So along comes Cory Booker. You can't believe this. Tracy, we got to send the video clip out for people who aren't watching today. You got to see this. And nobody, New York Times, Washington Post, CNN, they all went after Elon. Well, he's clearly a Nazi. That's obviously a Heil Hitler gesture. So Cory Booker, prominent Democrat, does the exact same thing. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see. Keep moving. Keep moving. I mean, I'm telling you what, I said something to Mark Davis this morning that I'm going to stick to. He did it on purpose. You don't I don't even know what the thinking is to put your hand over your heart and then thrust your arm into the air. But if Elon did it and he's a Nazi, well then when Cory Booker did it, he's a Nazi. Or maybe it's that nobody's really a Nazi. They just did a gesture where they're, I don't know, saying my heart is with you. It's the goofiest story ever. We got a lot of breaking news, but the media just utterly silent over Senator Booker's Nazi salute. Unbelievable. Buckle up. We're just getting started. Welcome into a Monday episode of the Mike Gallagher Show. We're glad you're here.
The Mike Gallagher Show on Salem News Channel and the Salem Radio Network.
I think the American people ought to be saying to Elon, thank you, thank you, thank you. He came and spent 4 months working for the American people free of charge, didn't collect a salary, made nothing. He rooted out massive waste, fraud, and abuse, and he did so at enormous cost to himself.
In the ReliefFactor.com studios, here's Mike.
I am really intrigued by the Nazi gesture debate. It fascinates me. Tennessee just wrote a text message on the MyPillow text line. I think it was Cory Booker's way of saying good riddance to Elon Musk. At least that's how the Democrats are going to try to paint it. Well, yeah, but if you condemn a Nazi salute because Elon Musk did it, then you're going to do the Nazi salute? I'm telling you, there's no reason with these people. There's no way to have a reasonable dialogue with people who are so far gone. And they're so enraged at what Trump is accomplishing. I saw Scott Bessent yesterday with Margaret Brennan on CBS Face the Nation. Inflation is dropping like a boulder. It's the lowest it's been in years. And Margaret Brennan and CBS and all the rest of them promised that inflation would be skyrocketing over Trump's tariffs. Skyrocketing. And all these numbers contradict the narrative. You can't, how can you take anybody seriously that fails to give anyone else the benefit of the doubt? if they're affiliated with Donald Trump. David Brooks, guy been around 100 years, New York Times columnist, PBS guy. Whatever you think of Doge, whatever you think of, and look, if you don't want government to be more efficient, if you think that government operates just fine and there's no waste, fraud, or abuse, and you think Elon Musk is really a dummy, he's not really all that smart, he's not that, okay, that's fine. But David Brooks says, wait a minute, folks, hold my beer. It's not enough to complain about Doge and the policies of the Trump administration to eliminate waste, fraud, and abuse. No. We got to call Elon Musk one of the biggest mass murderers in the history of the world. When I first heard this, I thought there's no way. Oh, yeah. Way.
There's folks at Boston University who count how many people have died because of what Doge did at USAID. And USAID was a very ill-managed organization. That's true. But according to the Boston University folks, so far 55,000 adults have died of AIDS in the 4 months since Trump was elected. 6,000 children are dead because of what Doge did. That's just PEPFAR, the HIV. You add them all up, that's 300,000 dead, and we're 4 months in. Now you accumulate that over 4 years, the number of dead grows very high. There are mass murderers in the world, Pol Pot, Mao Zedong, Stalin. We don't have anybody on the list for America. And I don't think it's the same as committing the kind of genocide they did. But by taking away that agency and being at least semi-responsible for the deaths of probably by the end of this hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people, that's Elon Musk's legacy. And the people who work at Tesla and SpaceX, might want to think about that.
Yeah, what do you think about that? If you work for a fantastic company like Tesla or SpaceX or any of the other innovative companies that David Brooks couldn't put together in a million years, all he can do is spout that kind of venom. Elon Musk is Pol Pot. Elon Musk, because some Boston University professor claims that thousands of children have died in 4 months. And of course, if a Boston University professor said it, it must be true, right? It's got to be so. No way the numbers are suspect. No way. This is today's media. And these freaks are amping up lunatics like the guy in Boulder, Colorado, or the guy in Washington, D.C., or the guy in Pennsylvania. I mean, look at this. In just the last 2 months, people, I guess, that are on David Brooks's side of the ideological equation, just 2 months, tried to set the Jewish governor of Pennsylvania's home on fire with his family inside, gunned down a young, beautiful couple in D.C., firebombed Jews at a vigil for hostages in Boulder, Colorado. You don't think this is a terrorist movement? And what does David Brooks do? Elon Musk is the Pol Pot. Donald Trump is the Hitler. David Brooks, who acknowledges the horrific way USAID has been run. I mean, you heard him say it. Oh, it was mismanaged. He kind of mumbles through that. So they're trying to clean up the mess, and of course they're killing babies. Matt Vespa over at Town Hall says, I'm a little shocked it took this long for a hoax of this nature to drop. It's meant to attack the work done by Doge. Undoubtedly, it was meant to deliver a haymaker to Elon. But they've whipped out some fake study by a Boston University professor showing that the USAID cuts have killed 300,000 people in a matter of a few weeks. Matt Vespa says, the smug atmosphere says it all. Some college professors said this, so it must be true. The shoddy and plagiarist-infested confines of academia said something, so it must be true, right? Where's the evidence? Where's the study? Yeah, Matt Vespa says, I'm calling BS on this, but it's the latest hoax USAID. Did you see Bono, the singer from YouTube, said there's no solid evidence before Joe Rogan reminded him that USAID was a slush fund operation? It was a money laundering operation. No oversight, no receipts, tons of fraud, tons of money laundering. And what's David Brooks claiming? So you've got an organization like Doge and you've got Trump trying to clean it up and fix the mess. Oh, they're killing men, women, and children. Elon is Pol Pot. So I'm sure David Brooks isn't surprised at all the violence that Tesla owners have experienced. Maybe David Brooks needs to go out and get, a sledgehammer and start bashing some Teslas. He's Pol Pot. Unreal.